All right, yay, we got the awkwardness out of the way, but we're still waiting on vetoes at the moment. So, Buster and JonSnow is our to-do list, and should be the next best of 3 coming up. The winner of this will fight against either somebody named Dolan or Prosper in that Renovate matchup. Again, though, I'm particularly keen and keeping my eyes on Peely Peely or Panda Bear Me's matchups. I think are probably going to be the best Renovate games.
Yeah, I agree.
Shall message Dares and make sure he holds one of the 2 for us, so we don't get stuck in awkward limbo time.
JonSnow and Buster taking a while.
Yeah, vetoes are real simple, guys. All the rules and stuff are actually on the bracket page through the link to the tournament rules, and it's just I think it's standard ABBA or whatever. I don't actually remember if it's ABBA or ABA, but it's pretty standard vetoes. Nothing too crazy.
ABBA and then back BAC.
How do I cheer? Anton Caridian asks in chat. Well, first off, you have to purchase bits from Twitch. Now, granted, I guess we should be totally transparent about this. Because of the way the BitBoss thing isn't working today, it will still count. If you want to donate $10 to the channel, $10 will actually get you the same amount of damage as if you donated $10 worth of bits. But the thing is, to buy $10 worth of bits, it'll actually cost you like $12 or something like that because of Twitch and their money-grubbing little fingers. Or however you want to phrase that. So bits are fun and awesome, and I really actually prefer them in a lot of cases, but you can totally just donate if cheering is too hard to figure out. Regardless, this bar, whoever's name is here at the end of the day, that's the person that's going to win the BlizzCon ticket. So at the end of this broadcast, at the end of the North American qualifiers, so like let's say you can't for the life of you figure out bits, but you donate like $100 and you do enough damage through $100 to kill the bit boss, congratulations, you're the new bit boss. But I think it's gonna be pretty hard to kill 47s. It's actually gonna take teamwork. Like a lot of people are gonna have to do little cheers, I think. And I don't know that anyone's baller enough to come in and knock him out in one punch. But if there's a one punch man out there, they'll get a BlizzCon ticket most likely.
One punch man.
Actually, it would be my hope that at this point, what ends up happening is a lot of people take the boss down, and the boss is then reduced to like 100 or 200 health, or whatever. And it just ends up being lots of little trades to the end of the broadcast. I think it would be the most fun, but it's money, so people can only do so much.
Yeah, someone gets it for like $2.
Hey man, how sweet would that be, right? That's why I say like a snipe at the end can be dangerous as we get closer and closer to the end of the broadcast. But we'll see if anyone has got that in them. We are getting into Odyssey for map 1 once again. This is interesting to me that this is where it gets vetoed to. I really, through the complaints I've seen on Twitter, you would imagine Abyssal Reef would still be the first map in every single best of 3 today.
Yeah, I mean they did include Abyssal, but even that was only game 3. So I think the Zergs are getting the most benefit from the new maps. No attempt at balance whining. But of course we've had Terrans, so it is weird that they keeps on all these big maps keep slipping through.
Well,
they've
folks,
opened maps too.
Folks wanted some JonSnow, so we're bringing you some JonSnow. Apparently it's a ZvT, and on the top left side of the map, playing for Psystorm Gaming, it's the Red Zerg player, JonSnow. And I guess shout out to Jane, who's probably watching since we're casting JonSnow.
In the bottom right, as the blue Terran, he is Buster.
Oh, god damn it, Buster.
I know.
He's playing for the Waterloo CSL team. Apparently, according to chat, one of their better players, but of course we have no way to verify that. Either way, we'll see if he's got what it takes, because JonSnow is definitely the favorite of the matchup. Even if Buster was secretly like on beyond levels of play, I would still come into this blindly and guess JonSnow, because we've seen just good things out of JonSnow for so long.
Yeah. I think JonSnow's had a couple periods where he just hasn't been playing as much. You know, I mean, obviously a lot of the North American guys are still in school, so it's kind of a universal thing, really, when it comes to North American region. But no, he's really good, and he really starts to get up there too, like really, really good. And we just don't know much about Buster, and the difference between like top NAGM and like bottom NAGM is pretty big. Thank you once again for the 100 bits.
Also, if you guys are going to be cheering with bits, another cool thing you can do, which I would hope most of you would choose to do, but if you click on the little bit icon in the chat, you can get access to the custom BaseTradeTV bits. Or, excuse me, cheer modes. I always get those confused. And you can literally use weapons to fight the bit boss. Which I would suggest because I think it's cooler, but honestly it has no impact on anything. It's the same as if you just did 100 cheers like normal. Either way, thank you, Proud Dalem. Or Proud You Dalem. I keep reading this proud of you.
You just want someone to be proud of you.
Daddy, please.
Thank you, Melty SC, for the 3-month resub. Wow, it's been 3 months already. If only I could afford to snipe it for the BlizzCon ticket.
I know, I think a lot of people would love to be able to snipe it. And just like, it wouldn't even be a matter of like, oh, you got the BlizzCon ticket so much as, oh, I got it for $2. Or I got it for like $1, you know?
Yeah. Go brag to everyone who spent so much money on it. Oh boy. Well, Buster is opening up with a Hellion opener, which is becoming more common than the 2-on-1 even. And I'd say that we can talk a lot about the differences between the meta of NA and Korea, or sorry, EU and Korea. But really when it comes to the meta of NA, I've always seen it as like a babby version of Korea. Like, I was supposed to be offensive, but I guess using the word babby kind of made it offensive. The point is, like, I always see so many players actually, like, just imitating, like, especially the Terrans, at least, imitating the Korean Terrans more than getting their own specific style. That's the only difference I can think of is, like, M. Canning really likes Disruptors, and no one else does.
M. Canning has been a real standout player. The weird thing about that for me is it's not necessarily entirely through result-based. Like, when you talk about a new breakout player that's standing out above the rest, it's because, oh, he's killing a lot of people he shouldn't, and he's winning a lot of games. M. Canning for me is like, it doesn't matter how many games he wins or loses, he just does a lot of very unique things. Now, enough about him because he's not here, and JonSnow's looking to take this the no regret course, and it might just work because that first thing scouted, not a lot in defense, but most importantly, no full wall off at the top of the ramp, kind of confirming that he can commit to this.
Brutal. And there's really not that many Hellions. Like, only 2 Hellions and 2 more on the way out. That would be hard to control enough anyway. The kind of good news is that he's able to calmly respond to this, though. If he could just stack up his Hellions, he could probably take care of the Lings.
Yeah, put him in that mineral line slot, get the SCVs in front of them. He's actually doing an okay job so far. And there is a Banshee, it's worth noting, where we watched Jason fall earlier, the Ravens couldn't even attack. The Banshee, however, might be good. I don't know. It's still, a full wall off would be best, but the Hellions are gone, and there's not a lot of SCVs left, and this is looking worse and worse for our boy Buster.
Yeah,
our boys in
Hellions
blue.
Are surrounded. Banshee can't clean up fast enough, that's game.
What is, I just, like, 4 years of StarCraft, nobody can ling all in a Terran player. It's just, then this, no regret, no JonSnow, it's disgusting.
Maybe this is what NA is doing. It was right all along.
North America. I know Norgut's watching right now, and he's probably just like, oh yeah, oh, those lings are looking so good. God damn it, fam.
So good.
Well, good start for JonSnow. Of course, reminder, whether you're a fan of any one of these brackets, whether it's Panda Bear Me, No Regret, Peely Peely, JonSnow, etc., there is a loser's bracket to fall down to. And I guess to address it, so there's no confusion later, this is like a regular style best of 3 double elimination, so there's no like best of 5 finals where the winner is up 1 game. It's actually like the winner still has an extra life to fall back on.
Well, the losers bracket can be really tough. Like, it's tough no matter where, it's offline or online. But I think even online's like a little bit longer. You can't just go and tap someone on the shoulder and be like, get the fuck on. And hurry it along. Oh, game time forfeited. Or didn't show up, rather.
Well, actually, there might be a reason for that, too. So, for those who don't know, part of why several players aren't competing tonight specifically is because this is also corresponding with the ladder cutoff. And for those who don't know what that is, it's what leads into the seeding and the invites or whatever for the cup for the NAWCS qualifier. So he was one of the folks who did message me expressing concern about conflicts of time. And it may have been something where if he was high enough up on the ladder and comfortable enough to not play today, he would compete in this tournament. but he may be focusing on that one instead. Again, folks who want to focus on the ladder, nothing against them. It's part of the WCS circuit, and if you want to play for WCS, I wish him the best of luck. But there are 2 wildcard qualifiers in which North American players can make a debut and return, and hopefully we'll see him there if he doesn't make it through WCS.
Yeah. I know he was like he was playing. He was actually around and like alerting the mod and the admin. And I guess he just is like, no, it'll take too long.
Yeah. Game Time had a really good performance in Austin, so I would hope to see him one way or the other. If it's not at DreamHack, then our event. Either way, game number 2 kicks off, and our Waterlooian player, who's Terran Bluian in the bottom right, it's Buster.
The top left is the red Zerg. He is JonSnow.
JonSnow. Oh my god, it's JonSnow Regret.
JonSnow Regret. I know nothing.
I know nothing except how to all in.
Yeah, exactly. John says not going for an all-in this game, but he is opening pretty aggressively with the one base pool and gas. So Buster might just lose his command center, depending on how much JonSnow wants to commit to it.
Yeah. Thank you, by the way, to Artanis, who's my bro. 16 months. So 16 awesome months. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you for sticking with us for 16 months, dude. That's awesome.
It is. Yeah, the only reason I know that we cast Buster before, although, like, you know, I wouldn't really remember. We did cast the CSL 2 years ago at this point, but it's just because I keep on wanting to make Arrested Development jokes. Sure. Like, he's gonna lose to JonSnow and go back to his mom with, like, all the stuff gotten from the army. Like, the prices.
If he loses, it's because he knows that, good boys are meant to be neither heard nor seen or whatever.
Oh, yeah, the school. Yeah, there you go with, yeah. Well, that's the only reason I kind of remember that we cast him before.
Hold on.
So, like,
if he loses, he'd be off the hook.
Oh, well, no, I mean, he still did lose his bracket.
No, that's true. Well, there's like 5 people who have watched Arrested Development with us and are getting these jokes, nailing it.
I know. So, Buster, once again, not going for a wall-off. I mean, obviously, it's just the way that he plays, and he's like, to hell with ever, like, being screwed over because of it, which it can work. Like, I would say not a lot of games, well, not the majority of games, I guess is the better way to put it. They aren't based around whether you had a wall or not. You know, because even if you do have a wall, sometimes it's lowered, so, like, what's the difference? But it is still kind of shocking that he just bothers to do this, because there's not even, like, I don't know, maybe too critical, but there's not a real reason for it. I feel kind of like back when, like, Korean Terrans never wall off versus, like, in TVT, and we were like, but is there a reason not to?
Exactly.
And then, like, you know, that they were smarter than the Korean Terrans, but they did start walling off. I'm just saying. Anyways,
okay,
whatever.
Maybe, here's my hypothetical. Buster, we didn't get to see enough of that game to know. Maybe he likes playing mech. And mech players who build Thors hate how regular Terran wall-offs can sometimes get them stuck in the base. I don't know. I don't have a good reason. You're right. Like, there's no reason not to do it.
Yeah. Well, JonSnow didn't really commit the early lings, but he is getting a lot of lings now, and that bunker might have survived had he been up against that command center.
Or alternatively, like, yeah, for sure, lower the surface area, but he could have repaired it too. I don't know. Little mistakes here costing Buster a bit. Another stab coming in from Dalem. Shout out once again to you, good sir. But this doesn't cost him the game this time. The wall did go up. He's got Hellions building in the main. This isn't over, but this is a terrible start for the Terran. No doubt about it.
Just one last thing about the wall, I swear to God. But, like, I know Supernova, who's been streaming lately. These things should be cleaned up. Oh, Buster, no!
Supernova's got to be, like, the only Korean player who's been able to stream during his military service.
Well, they get vacation, so it's just that he actually chose to stream during his vacation. That's amazing. This is complicated. This is giving JonSnow such leads. But anyways, I was gonna bring up that, like, what some Terrans do, and what Supernova did, like, every single time he ever played, was that you put the barracks on the right side or the left side, depending on, like, which part of the map you're on, and then the reactor is still safe behind a wall, but it still provides an extra part of the wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if the barracks was here, the bottom depot would be the reactor.
No, like, the bottom depot would be the barracks, and the reactor's on the other side of it.
Oh, you mean in here? Okay, well, still, yeah, it'd be part of the wall, though. It's just surprising that it's not either way.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, there are ways not to have that add-on be, like, a vulnerable point, but it doesn't really matter. Like, just the fact that his Hellions getting surrounded is, like, by far the worst thing.
Yeah. Control here is certainly hurting Buster, and JonSnow is just running away with the game on such, like, low-tech units. I mean, while this went on, one of the big things was we saw Buster was gearing up for a drop. Medevac came out, and I think he wanted to take those Hellions or at least some Marines across the map. He's been able to do none of that. And JonSnow, he wasn't really freely droning until now, but he's also moving on towards roaches. He's getting that layer as we speak, and this game is really starting to spiral out of control for the Terran. There's no third CC in the main base. There's no mining going on the natural. Buster is so screwed right now.
He does have 2 medevacs now. I was gonna say maybe he could do some serious counterattack harassment, 4 Hellions, and then another medevac drop with Marines.
Oh.
But he doesn't even have really that many units in general. They just form to swiftly kill him.
Yeah, over here on the left side of the base, there's no vision for Buster, so JonSnow's gonna get that off without a hitch. Thank you to Sabiaji. Oh, I'm not.
So bite me.
Shibuya Terminal. Thank you for
Oh. TSA damn, I thought I had something.
Maybe he is from the TSA. So
TSA Abby AJ.
Alright, that storm comes down in clear vision of Buster, but everything he has is in that medevac across the map. Less than a handful of units left at home. Roaches and Queens should easily be able to clean up 4 Hellions and then all hop into that Night Storm and have a party elsewhere. Okay. Elsewhere being over here.
Yeah. Fortunately, just nothing to really deal with roaches, Tank would out a minute. GG.
GG. Buster will fall to the losers bracket, and JonSnow will continue here in the winners. It's so confuddling to me, though, because, for example, the same situation with this Ling harassment happened with Juggernaut Jason, who I've seen stream many games and beat many good Zerg players. So this is definitely not a case of NA, but these are 2 Grandmaster Terrans who have died to, I feel like, the most basic TVZ mechanics. I don't even know how to assess that.
Yeah, I don't want to get too into it because I don't think there's I'm hesitant to say for sure well, you see in the bottom 100 GM on NA, Terran just have this one weakness, and it's I'm not gonna be so bold to say that, but it might just be Hellion control while macroing and using them correctly and scouting perfectly, and the Zerg does something weird to you instead of the other way around. It definitely catches a lot of Terrans off guard.
Yeah, that's
but I feel
true.
up until a certain level, feel like they're in control against a Zerg player. And then they get really good Zerg players until they're oh shit, I have to actually respond to things. I don't know.
Well, folks, we're going to be probably waiting on what looks to be Peely's match. I think him versus what is possibly Creature, although Siegfried's not bad. I've actually lost to Siegfried quite a few times. It feels bad, man. But Creature is not too bad either. So maybe we'll catch the tail end of Creature versus Siegfried if possible. Otherwise, we'll get the winner versus Peely most likely. We're still in the winners bracket, but there's a ton of matches going down on the loser side. So make sure to type !brackets in chat if you guys want to take a look down there. Thank you very much for watching, though. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this break.